Right, coming in, big man. We've got to talk about it. Obviously, it's been a bit of a crazy season so far for Chelsea. The question is, are Chelsea in a crisis and these recent results papered over the cracks? Or have they actually turned a corner? I mean, painting it out, yeah. Obviously, the last two results, they beat Spurs 9 men. Good result, obviously turn it round. Spurs by far the better team for the first 15 minutes. Obviously, just gone up against City with a great game, 4-4. But Poch has always had Pep's number when he was at Spurs. So is that an element on top of that? But then on the flip side of that, they've had some good results against teams, obviously Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal. They played well. And of the theory of that being, do they play better against teams that are a bit more open? They've obviously struggled against the low block, Forest, Brentford, a couple of games that spring to mind. But yeah, what are you thinking, mate?
If you'd asked me this a week ago, I would have probably said that they're...
Before the Spurs game?
No.
Okay.
Before the City game.
Okay.
I would have probably said they're still down.
Bit of a crisis.
Yeah. Wouldn't say go as far as crisis.
Well, there's more to get into. There's more to get into.
I said 100% crisis.
Yeah.
I think the performances have improved. And then obviously they've got two results recently. I know the Spurs one was massively aided, and I don't think they would have got that result if it wasn't for
the two red cards.
But they got the job done, and then obviously the performance yesterday was superb. Going at City toe for toe, like fair play. It takes some balls to get a point. Was fair enough. I wouldn't say they've turned the corner yet.
So I think it's still too early to say that.
I'd say they've.
But then, how often has one game been the catalyst for transformation in the season?
I wouldn't say they've turned the corner yet, but I would say they're showing signs. Like Jackson started to score goals.
He's a tapping merchant.
Yeah, but I mean,
mate, some of his celebrations are a little bit embarrassing. Yeah, to be fair,
I don't like him, but goal's a goal.
Yeah,
goal's a goal. At the end of the day,
okay.
I know he got hat-trick against you, but he's got 4 and 2, mate. Come on, you can't knock it.
Yeah,
he starts scoring goals. He's going to get more confident. Palmer looks
great.
Palmer looks really good.
Yeah.
He looks like the main man. He's like, was he 19? Fair play to him. I think he's going to be a top player. Sterling's looking sharp.
Sterling's arguably the best player all season, along with Gallagher.
Yeah.
But then Gallagher, funny enough, was one of the players they were looking to sell in the summer.
Well,
which
that's
is
what I was
crazy.
going to say. Gallagher's looking really good. Enzo looks like he's struggling. And he was supposed to be the guy. At the back, obviously, they've got Thiago Silva. They're
absolutely
even like
Rolls-Royce,
Cucurella was playing all right, I think.
Yeah, I think
yesterday.
They were struggling to find the left back, weren't they?
James is back. Obviously, Chilwell James is back. I think there's positives. And the thing with Chelsea is because they've spent so much money on all these young players, these players are going to improve. So as the season goes on, I think they will get better and better.
We would like to think so. Obviously, Poch needs time with them.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole spending the billions is they're never going to escape it. It's always going to be there because the fact they did spend £1 billion is twice the amount as the next team, if not more. We spoke about it before. They never signed a superstar. No. I mean, you'd argue, obviously, Palmer's been great. Sterling again, but he was an older transfer, essentially. But all that money spent, they didn't really get that big marquee signing. No. And again, okay, yeah, you say 4 and 2 for Jackson, but is he going to keep it up? I don't think so. And the thing they've been struggling with is to score goals against the low block.
Yeah.
Just score goals in general, to be fair. Apart from, obviously, they've scored 8 goals in that, but take that away.
Yeah.
They haven't exactly scoring like bucketfuls.
Yeah.
But in terms of that, obviously, you spoke about it before, Todd Bowley's come in. Has he done the right thing for the club? Obviously, it's a business focus. Obviously, it's always going to be a business focus for a new chairman coming in, a new owner even. But I don't know if he's actually got Chelsea in mind as opposed to just trying to make money.
I don't.
8-year contracts.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think as a whole, the club aren't in a stable situation right now.
No.
And even though they've got all this money with Todd Bowley, these 8-year contracts are going to come back to bite them because some of these players are going to flop. Like, say, Mudryk, for example. He's been a bit better last couple of games. I've seen him.
Yeah.
But he could easily still be a big money flop, right?
Yeah, 100%.
If he does flop and they don't want to play him, he's going to be sitting on the bench. He's not going anywhere.
No.
He's going to be sitting on that contract for another 8 years.
Well, this is
7 years.
the problem.
And it will come back to bite you because at some point, he's going to stop ploughing this money in.
Big key example, for obviously the Spurs fan.
But for now.
Ndombele, shout out 2 years. Obviously, he had a couple of decent performances, and now he's literally just sitting on his paycheck. Yeah. Can't get rid of him. No. He refuses to go. He's going on loan, and they're getting rid of him halfway through.
That's a normal length contract, where the Chelsea one.
No, it was 6 years. That was a long term.
Wow, yeah. The Chelsea one's like 8 years. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
It's too long.
So I think as a Longer term, I would be slightly worried because you can't sustain the money he's putting in either. Longer term, I'd be worried. But this season, I think they will get better, and I think they will. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're gonna push for a Champions League or even.
Here's one for you, and I was thinking about it, and I heard some Chelsea fans talking about it. To be fair, and let us know in the comments how you think, or if this is even a possibility. But Todd Bowley, obviously, caring about money. Stamford Bridge is in prime location in London. Could they sell the stadium? Would he sell the stadium? And how would Chelsea fans feel about that? Imagine if he sold Stamford Bridge.
How would that work? Sell it,
and they'd build flats there, mate. They'd make crazy money. They'd have to obviously move to a different stadium.
Right. Okay.
Move it to completely relocate. You think it's Chelsea Fulham is like there's crazy money.
That though? Is there anything?
I've heard Chelsea fans talking about it.
What they think there could be.
It's a possibility. Well, you think he's after money?
Yeah. Is he after money though? He's ploughing all this money. He's not getting return on that money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even if they win the lot, he's not getting a return on. You don't. If you spend $1 billion and you go and win the treble, you're not getting $1 billion back.
No, of course.
So he's not. Surely he's not in it for the money. He's throwing his money in.
All that money's not coming out of his pocket. He's surely got other investors involved.
I know, I get that, but he's not making money. Surely.
Nah, maybe not. But I don't know. I just, like I said, they've had a couple of decent results. I think Chelsea fans maybe get a little bit ahead of themselves in terms of. I think they've got Newcastle next, which isn't, for Chelsea fans, probably a great fixture because, again, it's an open game. I feel like if they come against a couple of teams soon with the low block, that's when we're going to find out their steal and if they can break them teams down and actually score.
You're still very much in the camp that you are yet to be convinced and you think they're still
I mean, it's one of them seasons like, if they beat Forest, Brentford and lose to Arsenal City, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. That's probably where they are. But it's the other way around. They're playing better against the good teams. They're obviously stepping their game up for them, but they're not beating the lesser teams, which can't happen. For Chelsea, you'd argue they need to be. Well, to be fair, you don't spend £1 billion and happily finish like 10th.
No. Do you think they finish above Newcastle?
I mean, the whole Newcastle-Brighton situation at the minute is difficult because Europa's killing them.
Where do you think they finish it?
Where's it right now?
If you had to
sixth.
Yeah, I was gonna say bang on sixth. I think City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, if they can keep it up with the injuries. Villa, 100% will finish above them. Yeah, and then I'd put Chelsea sixth. Yeah,
I feel like out of the next, the best. Which Newcastle, Brighton can't sustain, and I know obviously we spoke about Man United going under the radar that they're in half decent form.
I'd have Newcastle over. I'm gonna put.
Would you?
Yeah. I think they finish above United.
Right, let us know in the comments then, guys. Do you think Chelsea have turned a corner, or are they still potentially in a slight crisis? Are they going to push on? Make sure you like and subscribe, and we shall see you in the next one.